you have a hand-me-down sweater that is too big or a sweater that you loved but it's damaged, well, then this DIY is your dream come true.
Oh yeah, we're gonna show you how to turn that sweater into a hat and a scarf. And the best part is there's no sewing or knitting required.
Okay, let's go. All you need is an old sweater, yarn in a color that will look good as pom-poms on the hat and scarf, and a hot glue gun.
You also wanna have some scissors and a ruler.
First up are the cozy hats. I think we should make these for each other.
Oh my gosh, yes.
First, you're gonna cut along the front or the back of the sweater.
You wanna fold it inside out. Cut along the sides of the seams first. Definitely make sure you're careful.
And after we cut off the seams, we're gonna cut along the side about 17 or 18 inches. I believe that's like the length of our whole sweaters.
I'm gonna put my ruler down so the lines are nice and straight. Now that you have your fabric, fold it in half. Glue the seams right here. This doesn't have to be perfect, but you wanna make sure that you glue the entire seam of the hat like so. Hey buddy! He wants a hat, I think. Rosa, I don't know if I want to make this one for you. I kind of want to give it to him.
Hit like for the horse cameo.
What we're gonna do now is the pinching glue. Pinch it kind of like an accordion and then glue with your hot glue gun. Takes a lot of patience, but it's definitely worth it.
Pinch and glue complete.
We just need to make some pom-poms now.
Okay, so we're gonna make one for each of our hats, and our scarves are gonna have 6, 3 and 3 on each side. If you want a big pom-pom, like what I'm doing, you're gonna wrap it around 60 times, and if you want a small pom, do it 30 times. Take a little snip with some space.
Take it off of your hand. Take your extra string like this and wrap it around like this so it makes like a little knot. You wanna do a double knot. When you knot it, there are like 2 sets of loops right here. Try to find the middle of those loops. You're just gonna cut all of them. I gotta admit, I love pom-poms. We already made extra pom-poms for our scarves. So we have all of our gorgeous pom-poms. Let's put them where they belong. Turn the hat right side out.
So the seam that you glued doesn't show. It's time to glue the pom-pom to the hat. We're gonna put our hand inside so it's easier to grab. Be really careful because you are holding where the glue's gonna go.
Make sure that you put lots of glue. You don't want your pom-pom to fall off your hat.
That would be really sad.
Once your glue is totally dry, you're ready to model your hat.
Hallie?
The honors. I kind of love mine.
Kind of.
I hope the horses like my hat. It's time to make our scarf now.
You're going to need the entire front or back of the sweater, and since we used the back, we gotta use the front.
Yeah.
Cut the whole panel of the sweater off.
Use your ruler. Looking good. Fold it in half and then cut right here.
We need to have a snip song. And no, not Snips from Spirit Riding Free.
Although I kind of want to hear that song.
What's in your carrots? Take part in that. Next, you're going to put the 2 pieces of sweater on top of each other with the right side out pieces facing forward.
Glue the 2 pieces together. Next, you are going to glue on your pom-poms.
So cute.
Take the other end of your scarf and put your other 3 pom-poms on. Love it. No one would ever know that this was ever a sweater. Except for you guys.
Guys, we had so much fun making these. Comment below and tell us how yours turn out.
Hey guys! I'm Hallie.
And I'm Rosa.
And this is Little John.
Hi, Little John.
We are so excited for today's episode because we are going to share some equestrian life hacks. If you're having trouble knowing how long or short your rein should be when you're riding, have your trainer show you exactly where they want your hands and then add a little piece of colored tape to the reins. You might even add it in more than one place for when you should have a softer hand or you should tighten up.
Eventually, you'll stop needing the tape and the right rein length will feel natural.
If you ride in tall boots, you know that they can flop over all the time when you're not wearing them. So to help your boots keep their shape, you don't need to buy some fancy boot shaper. Just take pieces of poster board, roll, and stick them inside. We have an easy hack for a DIY detangler for your horse. All you need is water, conditioner, and a spray bottle. You want to use twice as much water as conditioner. Put it in your spray bottle, spray it on your horse's mane when it gets tangled, and then brush it out. He's so gorgeous.
So beautiful. If you're working in a barn, you know it's gonna get a little messy. A good life hack is to use baby wipes to clean your horse's nose or eyes.
If you have a gray horse or a horse with white markings and he gets a stain before a competition, you can just use baby powder for a quick touch-up. The baby powder will only cover up the stain, it won't fix it. So you'll still have to bathe your horse afterwards. You like this, don't you? Yeah!
Sometimes horses don't want to drink their water. So whether you're in a new place or you don't want them to get dehydrated from their trailer, you can put apples in their water, and as they're bobbing for apples, they get to drink some water.
He's not really getting any of the apples, but that is a-okay because he's getting a ton of water, which is what this is designed for.
Here, buddy. He deserves this.
In the winter, sometimes your horse's water will be frozen. All you need for this hack is a hammer and a kitty litter scooper. Just break up the ice with your hammer and scoop out the frozen chunks.
In the cold weather, sometimes your horse doesn't like putting a cold metal bit in their mouth. I know I wouldn't. Easy way to fix that is to just put it on your shoulder and put your jacket on so your body heat warms it up. So I'll just groom and tack up as I let the metal bit get warm.
So my next hack is for when you need to open a hay bale, you don't have scissors, and you don't want to go and try to find some. Just take a piece of baling twine and thread it under a piece of twine on the bale. Then carefully saw the twine back and forth until it breaks.
Our last hack may sound pretty obvious, but it's really important. It's to have fun. Whether you see horses every day or you just daydream about them, you have to enjoy every single moment.
Totally, and we are about to experience a very special ride at Jamaica Bay.
Let's go. The beach. Ooh, so pretty.
I love riding on the beach in the winter, especially when I'm missing summer. It's just relaxing and calming and so nice.
I love how gorgeous the view looks from here. You can see the skyline and the water looks beautiful.
So pretty. I feel like this view perfectly captures how Lucky feels in the beginning of Spirit Riding Free. She's missing her life in the big city, but is also excited to make new friends in Miradero with Spirit.
Yeah, right now we're in Brooklyn, New York, and when people think of New York, they usually think of New York City, the city that never sleeps. But this is still New York, and it looks like a Caribbean beach.
Now we're gonna meet some of the students that benefit from therapeutic riding. First, we're gonna meet Leah, who can teach us how to volunteer, and later, we're gonna put our new skills to practice.
I'd like you to meet Leah.
Hi.
She's been with Gallup since the very beginning for 10 years.
That's awesome.
This is Popcorn.
I love that name. So how old were you when you started riding?
I was 4. Wow. They put me on, I think, a 17 hand.
Wow. That's a little daunting. Yeah.
When I first started riding, I was partially in a wheelchair. Since then, I've been riding independently. I've been off to college to ride horses and study horses.
It's really an amazing thing. Well, let's see some of the physical benefits of therapeutic riding in action. Try that.
Feels good.
Great.
Whoa, back.
Leah is using both voice commands and commands with the reins.
Walk on.
This is usually one of the first things we do in the lesson to make sure that the horse is listening and ready to go.
This is so cool. And how can a girl like me or Hallie get involved?
Our volunteers start out as sidewalkers, which means that they walk next to our riders and provide them some support. There's 2 main different types of holds that we teach sidewalkers. The first one is called the arm over thigh hold. The arm goes over the thigh to make sure you're holding onto the saddle or the saddle pad, not the rein. The second kind of hold is the ankle hold. My body is facing the same way, but I'm going to grab the back of Leah's heel. All right, well, we have some other riders, so why don't we go ahead and meet them?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us the ropes.
No problem. It was fun.
And thank you, Popcorn. You're a good girl.
Now we get to meet more therapeutic riding students, Jukai and Sheridan. Sheridan has learned a ton at Gallup NYC. Even though she struggles with a learning disability, she follows directions really well and is great at 2-point.
And you look like you're ready to go, Jukai.
Yeah. Jukai brings spunk to classes at Gallup NYC. She's small but mighty. Jukai is legally blind, loves riding horses, and grows stronger with every lesson.
I'm gonna ride, I'm riding free. So come along, let's go along. Come on this journey with me. I'm gonna ride, I'm riding free.
So what's your favorite thing about riding?
Trotting.
Trotting? Yeah, I love trotting.
Yeah, it's
one
the
of my
most fun.
Yeah.
So we can work on an arm strengthener, pass it back and forth.
This is a heavy ball.
I like 2 point.
You know how this is for jumping position? I jump horses.
That must be fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Do you jump over horses?
I don't jump over
With a
horses.
horse? You could jump over a mini pony with a horse.
That would be pretty cool. Do you like to trot?
Yes, nice and fast.
Trot on.
Nice job.
Can I give him a hug?
Yeah, you can give him a hug.
He's my most favorite.
Sharon Jukai, you did amazing today.
It was the most fun thing ever.
Doing this was a great reminder that there really is nothing quite like the bond between a horse and rider.
When it gets colder out, we don't turn our horses out in the pasture as much as we usually do. You know what that means.
Extra stall cleaning. So to keep warm and have a little bit of fun, we like to play music and turn it into a little bit of a party. Our mission is now complete. So we're wearing some pretty awesome scarves right now, but we tucked them into our jacket just in case Sydney gets any ideas.
They're not treats.
Guys, comment below if you want us to show you how we made these.
Just like people put on lots of layers during the winter, so do horses. And there are a ton of types of blankets out there.
Everything depends on your horse and the climate you live in. When it first starts getting chilly, you want to start with a turnout sheet because it's not that bad with the cold yet.
So we just put on our turnout sheet, but it's pretty cold today, so we're gonna put on our turnout blanket. They may look the same, but the turnout blanket is actually much heavier. Secure all the parts of the blanket. Some blankets have leg straps, so you wanna double check that you did them correctly so your horse doesn't get hurt. If you're having trouble deciding what blankets you should use for your horse, just ask an adult around the barn. I'm sure they'd be happy to help. And the more experience you have with horses, the easier it is to make decisions like this. If you have hot water at your barn, one treat that you can make for your horse on a cold night is bran mash. It's a great treat, but not for every night.
You can find bran mash at your tack shop, but we also have an easy recipe to make one. You will need 2 cups of unsweetened applesauce, 6 cups of bran or ground oatmeal, hot water, and it's optional to have carrots, apples, or molasses.
Check out the full recipe in the description box below.
As you can see, horses really like bran mash.
Apparently.
Usually in the winter, we ride in our indoor ring. But if the weather isn't too cold and the ground isn't frozen, we like to bundle up for a trail ride.
It's a fun way to shake up your winter riding routine, and as long as we keep our horses moving, they're okay without a blanket.
The only thing that would make this ride perfect is if there were a few snowflakes to catch on our tongue.
I love riding in the winter. It's always so peaceful and the world looks totally different from spring, summer, and fall. Winter has its own special feeling. Do you like to ride in the winter?
Do you have a winter barn routine? Tell us down in the comments.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
You know another way to stay warm this winter?
Yep, stay inside, stay warm, and watch Spirit Riding Free on Netflix with your friends.
Let's do that right now.
Bye guys! Our horses are saying hi to each other.